Get comfortable on your seat and close your eyes. Relax the shoulders. Check in with your body today. See what's going on with it. Acknowledging it and accepting it and loving it for whatever it is today and whatever it's going to do for us here on the mat. Let's settle into our deeper breathing. Noting today that we're going to practice with a sense of expansion so that every inhale we take is really expanding the entire body, not just the lungs, the belly, but imagining it traveling all the way through your body and expanding every part, giving you more space for movement, more space for that life force, more space to grow and to thrive. And noticing those poses today that feel especially expansive. We do some poses that close us off a little bit, and that's good. And then we do some poses that open us up. So pay special attention to those and how you feel within them as we practice today. Let's bring our hands to the floor beside us and inhale them up halfway. As we exhale, we're going to twist, taking one arm behind, one arm in front, and then inhale back to center. Exhale, twist the other way, reaching the arms forward and back, and inhale center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. All the while growing taller throughout that twist, throughout the return to center. Squeezing the belly button toward the spine. Strong exhale as you twist. Both sit bones connected with the mat. Good, back to center now. Let's float the hands down to the floor in front of us and just fold forward over our crossed legs. You could place the elbows on the floor if that's accessible, or just place your palms down. Gently, let's roll it back up. We'll uncross the legs and slide the wrists under the ankles, rocking back so we're balancing between our tailbone and our sit bones into flower. Feet are off the floor. Unless your balance feels a little bit shaky today, go ahead and put those feet down. Good, now let's switch the cross of the legs, putting the other one on top or in front, and fold forward again. To the palms or to the elbows, whatever feels good. Finding that expansion right here. So even though we're squeezing the midsection a bit, still breathing deeply to expand. Good, now gently roll up and rock back again to balance. Flower for a second time. Wrists under the ankles. And we'll let that go to roll onto our hands and knees. Wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Fingers spread wide. And then inhaling through the cat, arching the back. Exhaling to round. Good. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Keep going in time to your own breath, bringing that movement into your spine, feeling it all along the way throughout the entire breath, how it adjusts and shifts and accommodates your wishes here. Feel that expansion through the heart and the chest as you inhale. Good. Coming back to neutral spine with your next inhale. Let's float the left arm and the right leg up, spinal balance. But then as you exhale, we're going to take one or both limbs to the side. Inhale back to center and exhale down. Same thing other side. Inhale up, nice, strong, steady. And then exhale, just stretch them to the sides. Good. Inhale, center, and exhale down. Again, other side. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, stretch them to the sides. It doesn't have to be a huge movement. Inhale back and exhale down. Good. Right arm, left leg. Inhale up. Exhale to the side. Inhale center, keeping steady the whole time, and exhale down. Good. Inhale, other side. Exhale to the side. Inhale center, and exhale down. Inhale. Exhale to the side. Inhale center. Exhale down. Good. Nice deep breaths. Let's go ahead and sit back on the heels, coming to an extended child's pose. So we're keeping our arms stretched out in front of us here for a moment. Letting the head move toward the floor. If it doesn't touch, that's okay. You could separate your knees a little bit to make more space for expansion of the chest, of the belly. Good, and we'll move forward, curling the toes into the floor. So we're coming to a plank with the wrists below the shoulders, lifting the belly button up, a strong straight line from head to heel. And then, like someone's pulling you back from the tailbone back and up, we'll come back to down dog. Settling in with our breath and bending the knees here if that feels better. It's still early, so find what works right now in your body. You could walk your heels down one at a time if you wanted. You could stay in child's pose if you wanted. I'm just here for the suggestions. I'll give you some ideas. Good, now let's step forward with both feet, coming to a forward fold so our hands reach for the floor. And then as we inhale, reach the hands up. Standing in Tadasana, we'll exhale our arms to our side. Inhale, both arms back up. Bringing the right knee up with you. And then exhale, step back big into a high lunge, keeping the hands by the side. Then inhale, step forward, bring that right knee up. And exhale, set the foot down, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up, reach for the sky. Left knee comes up with you. Exhale, step back big to high lunge, but keeping the heart low, keeping the hands by the side. Then inhale, step forward, left knee is up. Exhale, left foot comes down, we dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing, right knee comes up. Exhale, step back, high lunge, heart low. And inhale, forward again, right knee comes up. And then exhale, place it on the floor and dive. Forward fold, each time a little deeper. Good, inhale up, left knee comes up. Exhale, step the left knee back. Inhale, step forward, bring the left knee with you. Exhale, foot to the floor, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, all the way up, right knee comes up. Exhale, step back, high lunge. Good, this time keep it, and inhale, bring the arms up above the head. As you exhale, take them down, the elbows down about halfway like goal posts. You can bring your thumb and index finger together if you'd like. A nice strong open chest here, open collarbones, open heart. Deep expansive breathing. Let's inhale, straighten the legs and then step forward about halfway. So your feet are both pointed forward. We'll inhale the arms up and then exhale, flat back, coming to pyramid. So double check that back foot, that the toes are truly pointed forward. You can rest your hands on your thigh or on your shin, or you can reach them for the floor. The spine is long and the hips are level. So think about drawing the left hip back a little bit, kind of bringing the right hip forward, and that can help us even out our sacrum. With an inhale, stand up tall, arms up, and then shift your weight into that left foot, bringing the heart forward, arms back, right toe just touching the floor in angel pose. Expansive, open front body. Good, bringing the palms together, feet together, and dive forward, forward, fold. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up, bring that left knee up. Exhale, step back, high lunge, heart low, and then inhale, bring the heart up, arms up. Exhale, arms to goalposts. Finger to thumb if you'd like. If not, just keep your palms open and forward, really reaching the fingers out, expanding the entire hand. Good. Straighten the front leg now, and then step forward, bringing the left foot a little bit behind the right foot, about hip width apart. We'll inhale the arms up and then exhale, keeping a flat back, hinge right at the hip to come to pyramid. Double checking both feet, that the toes are pointed forward, that you're anchoring strongly through both feet, giving yourself a really great foundation. From there, feeling that long line of your spine, feeling your hips level. A gentle tug back with your right hip and a gentle press forward with your left will help with that. Inhale, let's bring the arms up, and as you exhale, step forward into the right foot, stretch your arms open wide behind you, come up to your back toe, the left toe just on the ground, heart is open, a little bit of a bend in your back, angel, and then step both feet together, arms high, and we'll exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Nice deep breaths. Go ahead and pause for just a second. Let your knees bend. And then we'll step back big to a plank and then a downward dog. Fingers spread wide, sit bones lifting, heels lowering, constantly making those subtle adjustments to go deeper here, as deeply as it's comfortable today and right now. Good, let's inhale to plank and lower down onto the elbows, coming to an elbow plank. You could do this with your knees on the floor if you wanted. Either way, we're maintaining the straight line, the plank, strong and steady. Good, then let's lower the knees down and come all the way onto the belly, stretching the arms out over our heads. Now, as we inhale, we're going to lift the left arm and the right leg. Then exhale them down. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale them down. So keep your chest lifted a little bit, your head lifted. Good, inhale, other side. Exhale, lower. Keep alternating with your breath. And as you're lifting, you're also really reaching forward and back. So your body is very long. It's expanding forward and back now as you reach. Good. With your breath. Couple more. Now lift here and hold. Left arm, right leg just for a moment. Catch it there. Lower down. Then the other side. Right arm, left leg and hold. Catch it there for just a moment, then lower down. Nice work. Resting the head down, bringing the hands back to that goalpost position. So your palms are flat on the floor, your elbows are just out from your shoulders. And we'll take the right knee and slide it up so it's even with the hip, bent at about 90 degrees, the left side of your face on the floor. So you're looking toward your knee that's bent. And resting here in crocodile. Feel your belly as it presses against the floor. Good. Now stretch your left arm out over your head so you can roll onto your left side and rest your head in your left hand. We're going to bend the right knee here and hold the right hamstring. Now as we're here, we're pressing the right hip forward. So you might wobble a little bit as you try to keep that right hip pressing on top of the left. Just play with that balance. And then we're going to let the right leg go, keeping the hips stacked up here, legs one on top of the other. We're going to lift them both up and lower them toward the floor. So exhale as you lift strong and inhale back down. This is a move from Pilates that I absolutely love. Great for building some strength. It's a small movement, but it's powerful. Good, now let's lift it up and hold it right here. And then let it go. And we'll roll back to the belly, bringing the arms to that goalpost shape, palms flat on the floor. Turning the head to face the left now and bending the left knee, sliding it up so it's about straight out from your hip. Settling in here, crocodile on this side. Breathing deeply. Noticing where you feel that expansion through your chest, through your belly, maybe even into your back. Good, then stretch the right arm up so you can roll to the right side, resting the head in the right hand. Bend the left knee, holding the hamstring, and practice shifting your left hip so it's on top of the right hip. Chances are you're going to lose your balance here a few times, and that's okay, but start playing with what that feels like. What it means when your hip is back and what it means when it's stacked on top of the left one, or on top of the right one, excuse me. Good, then stretch your legs out, and again we'll lift them both up on the exhale and lower them on the inhale. That left hand on the floor in front of you just for balance. We're not relying on it too much. It's just there to check you if you start to lose your balance. Good, now lift and hold, maintain, and keep breathing. Then lower down, and we'll roll ourselves back to the belly. Bring the hands under the shoulders, curl the toes under. Keeping the elbows right by your side, we're going to lift with strength from the knees or from the feet, whatever you feel is accessible to you today. So take a moment to prepare and then just press straight down, lifting your belly button up, and we'll come back to a downward dog, curling the toes under, lifting the hips. Expanding your hand, spreading those fingers wide. Good, bending the knees, and we'll relax in child's pose. Your most comfortable version, your most relaxing space. So if you want your arms stretched out, if you want them by your side, under your forehead, do whatever feels good. Good, then gently let's roll up the spine. And we're going to curl our toes into the mat, and we're going to sit back on the heels just for a second. I know it's not terribly comfortable, but we're going to expand those feet. So toes are curled under. We're letting our weight rest back on our heels. Good, then release it and bring your feet in front of you. Sitting up tall with your knees bent, let's roll down to the mat, vertebra by vertebra, keeping control the whole way down. And we're going to bring our hands to rest on top of our thighs here. And we're going to roll the chin up toward the chest, lift the shoulder blades up a little bit, and then with all our strength, we're going to push down against the thighs. So you're breathing here, and when you start to push, you're really going to feel your abs kick in. So it looks like nothing's happening, but I know if you're doing this, a lot is happening. Good, let that rest. From there, we'll slide our feet in a little bit closer to the body. And then take the right leg and cross it over the left. And you're going to cross it at the knee. So just like you were sitting on a chair and you wanted to cross your legs, same movement here. And then we're going to tuck those knees toward the chest, holding the shins on either side. So it's a bit like a lying version of a Gomukhasana, the cow's face pose. but quite a bit gentler. Good. Now let's let go of the left leg, float it to the floor, but keep your right knee bent and in toward your chest. And then we're going to let it float down to the floor on our right side. So just letting the hips open here and expand. If it's not comfortable or not reaching the floor, you could always put a pillow under that knee or a block under that knee. Good, let's bring that back to center and now cross it over the body, bringing it down to the floor on the left side. Looking back at the sky or in the other direction toward your right hand. Breathing deeply and noticing here where you feel expansion and where you feel it gets stuck, maybe. Maybe you can't expand as much as you can when you're sitting tall, and that's okay. But we're still seeking as much breath as we can, as much expansion through the chest, through the belly as we can. Good, let's bring that back to center and cross now the left leg over the right, again crossing at the knee or as close as you can comfortably get. We'll draw both knees toward the chest and hold the shins. Breathing into the belly and using your exhales to go a little bit deeper if it's there. Just a gentle press toward your chest. Just making sure, as always, you don't have any pain or discomfort in your knees and your ankles, anything like that. Let's float the right leg to the floor, hugging the left knee in for a moment and then keeping it bent, letting it float down to the floor by your side. Nice breath there. Letting gravity just draw it toward the earth. And then we'll float it back up and across the body into the twist. Looking up or in the other direction. Letting go of anything you don't need to be holding. So maybe in the shoulders, maybe in the face. Good. Gently roll that back to center. And we'll bring both legs to the floor now and both arms to the floor by our sides, palms up. All of our limbs are a little bit away from the midline of the body, a little bit expanded. And we'll settle in for Shavasana, our final relaxation, our place of rest. And let's lie here with that same sense of expansion happening in our bodies with every breath that we take. Maybe a little softer breath now. They don't have to be quite so big and long and slow. But even those little ones are still expanding us. Let's allow our minds to match that, a mind that is reaching out, always reaching out, seeking more knowledge, more wisdom, more experience. More of all the things that are good to us and important to us. Because of that reach, that expansion, it's accessible. There's nothing out of reach of our own expansion. Let's bring some movement back into our bodies by wiggling our fingers and our toes. Maybe turning the head, stretching the legs, and then rolling to the right side. Giving yourself a pause there. And then coming back to sitting. Legs bent, legs straight, maybe kneeling. Whatever feels good. Check in with your body. Thank it for what it did here today. I know it's not always easy to step on the mat, and so anytime we do, it's worthy of celebration and worthy of thanks. Keep expanding into your day. Expansive breath, expansive thoughts. And we'll bring the palms together over the heart. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.